Hi, welcome back. So for today's session, we will see that how we can parse the JSON into operatable data into the Java using JSON Library. So for that, I has already launched Netbeans IDE 12.0 and I'm using JDK 11.0. So simply create a new project by clicking on this icon or navigating through File and New Project. Here select Java with Maven and select Java application. Create the project name like JSON Parsing. Select the path at which you want to store this project. Set up your group ID and package information along with version and click on the finish. As you are able to see that your project is created with Maven project object file. So just create a tag into it named dependencies, because we will require to add the dependencies in this segment. So inside of the project file there is a pom.xml. For that, open your browser and navigate through this website. Here I'm using JSON, that's the 2.8.6, which is the latest version of JSON, and here you can find the Maven related dependencies. So simply copy that segment. Now paste it here and just format it. Now your dependency is set up. Start creating your class. So for that, first you need to create a main class. In that class you will require to have a main function or main method. Simply yes out hello world to verify that your project is set up properly. Run and test it. Just wait for a second and it is compiling. As you are able to see, here is the output, means your project is set up properly. Now further, I have a JSON file into my root directory, so I need to copy it into the JSON parsing, and I need to create a folder inside of main. You can simply go into the file, unfold this folder structure, and inside of main you can create another folder named resources. Now this folder is visible here in other source segment. Copy this file, this is in your home directory, and paste it here. So as you are able to see here that here is an student array, and that array have number of students. Along with that, each student have one or more courses. Each course have ID along with course name and duration for that course. So we will parse this JSON, this highly nested JSON, or whatever you can say. So as you are able to see here that I have already created our main class. So now we will set up our Pojos, which is used to parse it, or converting the object into the Java object actually. So for that, there is a site which is JSON schema to Pojo. So you can simply paste your JSON or JSON schema here. Just a second, JSON parsing, and you can have the classes automatically generated relevant to your JSON structure. So just set up the package name and the main or the first or topmost class name. Select your language and the source type and the annotation style and so. Just click on the preview. Wait for some seconds and it will generate a segment of code. So at the top it has a class named course inside of the Pojo. So just create it, course, and select all, replace it. Yeah, so just a second. The font is quite big, which is not good. Okay, that is good now. So as you are able to see that it is set up all the way courses. Now the second one is simply student Java student. Just grab this section of code also. It is all the way getter and setter, nothing more than that. Just select all and replace. You can simply check it. There is an integer, then string and string and string and so. And after that you have list of courses, because below you have number of courses that are related to each of the students. And after that you have a get id and set id, then get first name and set first name and so on and so forth. So it is simply get and set and nothing else. You can simply make it by your own, but actually I am recording the video, so I want to keep it short. Because of that I'm just copying and pasting it. And for highly nested JSON, sometimes it become very hectic to create the Pojos by own. So this side is quite helpful for the developers. And the last one is students, which will return the list of all students that are mentioned below. So now your Pojo is set up. What extra we will require here, that as we have this JSON file, we need to read it, and then in the main class we will use it with the JSON class. So for that, just create an object of JSON first, and then we'll do the work as per need. So JSON here, and just import the class. Now here JSON dot from JSON. Here it will require string of your JSON data, and here will be the topmost class. So a student class is fine, but how we will get this JSON which will be a type of string? So for that, either you can create a utility package and later you can have a class, or simply have a utilities, or make a class something called a JSON provider. Hit enter. Inside of it, just make a static, public static, and it will return a string get JSON data string. Here pass the string file path, and simply just we will return the so to remove the error, I just keep it as a placeholder. Import simple file, which is part of IO in the Java file, and pass the file path with the file constructor. Now string builder. So yeah, actually either you can use string builder or string buffer. So I will go with the string builder actually. New string builder. Okay. Now scanner. So scanner will be used to read this file line by line. Just import the scanner, and if this file is not found, then it will throw an exception. So you need to catch that file not found exception, and here you need to return it like error and plus ex dot get message or get localized message, it up to you. So now scanner is reading it. We need to loop through the file and append that data into the string builder. Just have while scanner dot has next, and then string builder dot append here scanner dot next. So till it has the next line, it will first look into the while loop, and if there is a next line, then it will append it with the string builder. Now here return the string builder dot to string, and that's all. Okay, so this class is set up now. In the main, we will have a string called JSON data. It is in JSON data variable, and simply call that JSON provider dot, and here you need to pass the whole path. So it is inside of the src main resources, then course underscore students, course underscore student.json. Okay, so this is the file. Now here we can verify that we are getting the data from the endpoint. So simply do it likewise and just comment this JSON, and I hope that all the way it is fine now. Yes, so it's fine. As you are able to see here that you have a huge set of data or a string which is of from the JSON object file. So just remove this line now and uncomment it. So it will return students of type, and here you need to pass the JSON data. So this is an string which is of type JSON, and that will be forwarded to the students, and later it will internally manage, or JSON will internally manage to resolve this JSON. Now loop through this students data. So we will loop through student to get each individual student. So it will be likewise. Let's see, import students, and each students have a method named getStudents which will return the list of students, and we will further process each individual student. Now print the student names. So it will be like student dot get first name and plus student dot get last name, and something called just see some more important data like student dot, so like contact number or email inside of parenthesis. So it will be inside of parenthesis. Like you can simply run it to verify the output. So as you are able to see that here is the student name, or we can simply have ID of the student. Okay, at the place of student name, dot get ID. Yeah, right, there is an ID, and likewise, so it will look quite good. I hope so. Yeah, so here is the list of student, and along with their full name and their email address that are in our data set. We have courses, courses that are enrolled by the students, so we can further look through, which will return us the course from the student, because each student have number of enrolled courses. So it will return the list, and further we will process that list as the individual courses. Now print it. We just have a tab or simply /t and then dash and plus course dot get name plus in this square bracket course dot get duration, and I hope that it is fine all the way, and it will be printed quite good. So just wait and see. So I hope that you are able to see that here all the information has printed quite greatly, like the ID of student and then student name along with his mail address and all the courses in which he has enrolled for. After that there is duration into the square bracket, and you can also have like hours and so HOUR if it is important for you. So you can modify the output of the string. So I hope that you are able to see it, that how you can use JSON, that is in Google's library, and it is available publicly to parse the JSON, and it is quite easy. I hope that this video is helpful for you. If it is so, then please thumbs up for the video and share it with your friends who are working in the field of Java and computer science. Thank you for watching it. Have a nice time. Happy coding.